Moving on to the next topic, Aaron.
Yes.
So you must have heard about the MP that was caught watching pornography in the Houses of Parliament.
Yeah. Like, you can't make this shit up, man.
Some people just have a kink in it.
As in what? They want to get caught. They want the feeling of being caught.
I reckon they enjoy the rush.
Yeah, I saw a skit about this from Eddie Murphy. I think it's in Raw, actually. It's in Raw or Delirious. Delirious. And he basically said he's trying to explain to women why men cheat. Okay, he's like, a lot of men cheat. And he goes, even if the men that don't cheat, they think about cheating. And he said it's not actually about cheating. It's about the thrill, the excitement, the danger of potentially getting caught, getting away with it.
Sometimes it is the actual. No, I just want to cheat.
No,
but I get the premise.
Yeah, he's saying the majority of the feeling of it, and it's like with most things, isn't it? It's like you got the goal, but it's the thing on the way to the goal. You achieve the goal, it's not that good. In the same way, you might cheat, and then you're like, oh shit, what did I just do? It's more, oh, I could do this, and then you don't do it. Yeah, maybe it was that, but what possessed him to do it when you're in that kind of
open space?
Status quo. So stakes are so high. Like, come on, man.
Have you heard his excuse?
No. What did he say? What was the statement?
He said, I was looking at tractors.
Jut. No, I wanted to buy a tractor, and
what kind of dirty brown porn categories was he looking at, man, for tractors? Maybe he was looking at tractors just on the wrong website, if you get what I mean. Yeah.
Suggested pop-up aa gaya. Click karta main. Click hogi. And then
there you go, that's it.
Khul gaya. That's it. And then lady on tractor.
Tractors, I think you could have given any excuse except that one.
Just a really obscure tractors.
Trying to look at tractors. What makes it funnier is that he went on a news network, GB News. He went on the news network and they were asking him about like, oh, there's this MP that's been accused of this, and he sits there straight face and said, yeah, it's really bad. Hopefully he'll face the right repercussions. Can't make it up, man. You can't make it up. It's
how long ago was that?
The week of the scandal, he went on GB News and said all this stuff like, I'm sure they'll face the right repercussions and stuff, knowing full well it was him. Unbelievable.
What have the consequences been?
He quit.
Okay.
Yeah, he quit, and now there's a snap. There's a snap election, I think, or a by-election, whatever you call it. And I just thought the balls on you to go on a news network and just proclaim that everything's fine and hope you wouldn't get caught. I wish I had that kind of confidence in life, because that is a god complex, isn't it? Right?
You just don't give a shit in it, and then you go and do it anyway. It's like, yeah, man, I'm looking for an excuse to leave anyway.
Yeah,
and obviously, if he's done it, then he's done it before.
Apparently, his wife he didn't even tell his wife, and she only found out via the news. Or when it all came out, he said, I've only just told my wife this today that it happened. And I'm like, oof.
Heavy news.
Awkward. Have you ever watched the Thick of It? The Thick of It was like a political spoof on the BBC. It's really good on Netflix. You should watch it. But this felt like a skit out of the thick of it. It just felt too good to be true that something like this happened.
Nothing surprises anymore, man. Like all this stuff about Boris and his £50 fines, and he's still in office and votes no confidence. And
I just thought that porn thing was like a step too far, and then it kind of opened up a can of worms for me mentally. Yeah, so hear me out, all right? So, should your workplace monitor? Huh?
You're not going to talk about energy bills again, are you?
No. Should your workplace monitor the stuff that you search at work?
Should they monitor? I mean, you got to remember, I work in the NHS, so that is monitored anyway.
Yeah.
Our Google searches probably are monitored. But again, like, what are you going to do at work? Okay, but your question is bigger. So should they monitor it? Should they monitor it versus should they install site blockers?
Could be. You could do a site blockers, but I think in this case, he used his phone. So site blockers on the computer ain't gonna do anything, anything really, is it?
No, but you're not talking about him, are you? In his situation, you're talking about generally, like in your office, for example. Is that what you're talking
Well, yeah, I am. But also, there's plenty of ways around it. It's like
yeah, but that's not the point, is it?
no,
If you're
no.
trying to get around it, then you're just clearly highly motivated, and nothing will stop you.
You're highly
You know what I
motivated.
mean?
Wow.
You're highly skilled. You have a specific set of skills. I will find you. I will search you.
I will search for the tractor. Yeah. And search for put the tractor there. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Dear Lord. GT Road. All of it, man. Oh God. It's too much. Too much.
Full of Punjab on the tractor.
Everything, man. Full of Malish on the Punjab. Everything, man.
Oh.
Oh man. So yeah, the websites, I agree, you can pre-ban them. That's probably the best way of getting about it.
But
let's be real. If as you said, if you're highly motivated and you want to just get your phone out, it's game over, isn't it?
You know, whip it out, yeah.
Just whip your phone out, yeah.
And you got VPNs and shit. Like, you know, these people are clever people, man. They got it.
See, I was thinking, like, if you are at work and we're supposed to monitor stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's such a low bar to clear because everyone has a smartphone. Which means, okay, are you going to give work access to your phone, like at the end of the day, to check your search history or your screen time, right?
Why would they care about what you search about on your phone?
Because you're doing something bad during work hours. See what I mean? You're not working on company time. Sorry. Yeah, that is correct. You're not working on company time. That's something that should be done in your own time. I was going to say pleasure time, but own time. Pleasure time just sounds weird.
Tractor time, when you're in tractor time. It depends. I think my view on this, not this particular search, I'm talking generally, is when I go to work, I have to get my, the shit done. Not shit. Shit's probably the wrong word. I have to get the right amount of work done in the best interest of patients, right? But there's still
you're saving lives. I get it. Yeah.
But there'll be gaps in the day, natural pauses where I can just do one of the things, fire off an email, go on British Gas. That's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not compromising anything. I'm getting my stuff done. I'm not choosing that over something else. I think there's a level of respect between the employer and the employer that, look, you have the freedom to do that as long as it doesn't compromise your primary objective, your primary purpose of being at work, then I think it's good. I like that level of respect to be there. Like not blocking Netflix. I like a computer where I can go on Netflix and watch content. Like in our hospitals, like, when we have lunch, we can put Netflix on and watch The Office.
Oh, straight on the desktop. That's nice.
As in, like, we have a room which isn't in front of patients and things, and it's like our seminar room, and we can put it on the big screen, put The Office on, have some lunch. I like that. I think that's a good idea. Don't get rid of Netflix.
Bro, I used to, when I was working in banking, in the first month of me getting there, it's not because of me, they blocked all social networks, all of them. And I was thinking, who's jumping on Facebook, logging on the computer?
So hilarious. That's what happened.
Yeah, he was. But who was jumping on work like in the middle of the day, just checking Facebook?
Yeah.
And what it pissed off recruiters who were meant to use LinkedIn and they couldn't access it. So they had to do work at home when they got home because you couldn't be seen on your phone at work either.
That's not acceptable.
Yeah. So the website blocking thing can be a bit of a conundrum, I guess.
I autonomy, man. There's got to be autonomy and respect. Trust people to make the right decisions. If they get away with it, fair play, man. If you get caught, you're penalized and you're out. Like, it should just be that simple. Respect the player, man. If they get away with it, fine. Tiga. They've got enough hacks. They're highly motivated. And that is a virtue. See, you're highly motivated. Now I need to channel that highly motivation into non-tractor activities.
Well, speaking of the highly motivated things, you must have heard of people getting caught attending to themselves during lockdown. During work hours.
Caught what, sorry?
People were getting caught attending to themselves.
Is that the PC term, is it?
I'm gonna use that PC term now. I'm making a catch on, right?
Okay.
People were basically caught having rubbing one out during lockdown.
Okay. All I saw was sometimes, I think it was like people were on like a Zoom call and they were sharing the screen or something. And then the guy was like messaging me, boss was like, we can see your screen or something. We can see like your tabs open here. And,
Oh God, that's bad.
um,
That's bad. That must have been early pandemic.
yeah.
Problem is that some people during the pandemic started to get brave. I think, as you said, it's back to the risky, the kind of like
the
rush,
risky
innit? Yeah.
feeling it.
So what happened was there were a couple of instances. You must have heard of Jeffrey Tubin.
Why do you think I must have heard? I haven't heard of any of these.
Come on, man. You must have heard of
I don't know why you've heard of these.
Goran, you must have heard of Jeffrey Tubin. He's an
So
American
Jeffrey, I think Epstein.
American news anchor who got caught rubbing one out during a call, like a Zoom call. He thought he turned off his camera. Nope. Caught red-handed.
Fired.
Literally red-handed. Yeah, not cool. But he stepped down and then he had to come out and do this like apology live on air while being interviewed by someone asking him questions about it. It's probably one of the most cringe, awkward interviews I've ever watched.
Wow.
So I felt like he had to do that to like, in Game of Thrones when she has to do the Walk of Shame.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Oh God, man, you're fully killing my vibe today.
This podcast.
All right, Cersei, Walk of Shame. Everyone who understands, it's kind of that level of cringe. It's really not cool to watch.
Right.
Really not cool to watch.
Okay, but you watch it anyway because you like tractors.
I don't like tractors.
I'm getting you a top man. Says I'm a tractor lover.
I'm a tractor lover. Wow.
This is like Monica and Sharks in the bathtub.
Yeah.
This is you and tractors.
It's not me and tractors. Neil Parrish and tractors, bro.
You're a tractor man now.
Oh gosh. So
I have interest. Have you ever ridden tractor when you're in India?
I've sat on the back of Dad's. He took me around a lap once. That's it.
There you go, mate. You are the tractor king.
That's it. There we
I've
go.
never been on a tractor, so there you go.
It's not that fun, mate. I'll level with you. It's not that fun.
Okay.
Yeah, there's other instances of people getting caught during the Zoom thing. There was one that was discussed in my workplace. I don't know if this happened to someone at work or if it was just a popular story, but someone was on a call. They thought the call was finished and they started prepping themselves. So they started like they got like the moisturizer, put it on the table. They got the tissues, put it on the table, and he put everything on mute so no one could hear him. So people were like saying, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it."
Can't hear
We're trying to call him and say, "We can see you. Your camera's on. Don't do it, don't do it."
Oh God, the bestie one.
I'm sure it happened in England, man. I'm sure it did.
Oh, these are all American examples, you're on.
I reckon that one happened in England. I would like to think, but let's see.
You're gonna find source, are you?
I'm sure I'll find a source of embarrassing stories during lockdown, man. It was a long time, wasn't it? So yeah, people probably got looser and looser with their day-to-day restrictions, I guess.
I got my rights.
Yeah, you got your rights and then
I know my rights, man.
Oh God, so bad, so bad. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm worried about opening that can of worms, saying, okay, if you can't do that at work, I understand, but how are you going to monitor it? How are you going to stop it? It's one of those where you can't do it. It's probably like how they are with phones in schools. You know how they had web blockers for like games back in the day, like mini clip. They don't need that anymore. They got it on their phone. What are you going to do?
Highly motivated people.
It ain't the same thing. They're not highly motivated people. They're just dopamine addict kids, man. It's cool.
Resourceful. And when we were at school, we had to hand in our phones
all day.
At the end. Yeah, you got it. The only function of the phone was to call your parents. One of them. So you hand it in and get it at the end of the day. So
there's no chance you're getting everyone to hand in their phone in schools now.
Yeah, I don't even. What is the policy? I don't even know what policy is. Like, are you allowed to keep your phones with you? Like, surely that's.
I think it's such a big task to try and sort out. There's no point in even trying to tackle it.
It'd be very easy though. Like when you're doing register in your classrooms, just have a box and like stick your phone in there. Done.
Someone like, I left it at home. You're not going to strip search people, are you?
Oh, is you saying they're gonna hide it?
Of course they are. People used to lie back in the day.
Man.
People used to lie back in the day at school when their phone was in their pocket as well, and they could only make a phone call and a text message.
and play Snake.
And play Snake. Ooh, Snake. Good
Dangerous
game. Good
innit?
game.
And they go
Very
faster
good
and
game.
faster and faster and faster and faster. And eat the tail.
Very good game. Very good game. I wonder if that game was ever completed.
Here we go.
These are things I think about sometimes. Like, did anyone ever complete Snake?
You
know?
think about things that no one should ever think about. Tractor Man.
It's very true. It's very true.